Hi there, savewith.crypto here again with another XTP TAP Global video. Okay, so on the 18th of December last year, sounds funny saying last year now, doesn't it? But last year, 2024, I did this video here, and it was about the good news, which was the fact that now you can stake XTP on the TAP Global app, and that will get you into the premium tiers, which gets you cash back and cheaper fees, that kind of thing. It's not perfect because at the moment there isn't proper support for GBP, for the actual UK pound, but that is coming. Anyway, the reason I'm here today is because of this comment from Kiwi MC Aussie 5431. Who said, I don't understand why XTP hasn't mooned because it's on a legit exchange in the UK somewhere, right? I've been holding a large bag since TMG was spruiking it a couple of years ago. That's a word I don't know. I'm in Australia. Okay, right, it's on a legit exchange in the UK. That's not true. The only exchange it's on is Bitfinex. Actually, according to Wikipedia, it looks like it's operated by iFinex Inc. and is registered in the British Virgin Islands. I did use it briefly last year, and it is a really horrible exchange. Actually, it's just vile. It's like everything about it is just weird. Anyway. They don't make it easy for us to use anyway, because I was using a VPN set to Portugal, and then the only way I could register was using KYC from my old French address. I even tried using my Palau ID, that didn't work. And if you forget to put the VPN on, you get a really strong message sort of saying, you know, don't use this exchange, you'll lose all your funds if you're not KYC'd to the correct country. And yeah, I got really scared about it, so I just removed all my funds, and now I just don't use it. Anyway, so that is not a British exchange. Now let's have a look at the price of XTP. Now it hasn't done too bad recently. The all-time low was in November. And from there, we've actually come up, I think it's about 100% actually. Yeah, 114%. So if you'd have bought at the all-time low, you'd be 100% up, or you'd have doubled your money by now, which is nice. I, of course, bought somewhere up here. so I'm holding on to a big bag of XTP that I do want to go up in value one day. And it might. But the first thing to note here is that it isn't dead. Okay. Now, you do need XTP to get the premium tiers, and I think because that Martini guy, aka Jordan, because he shilled it quite a lot at the beginning of 2023, I think it was. Now, I have a suspicion by looking at his live streams that a lot of his demographic of his viewers are from the UK, so I think a lot of people from the UK might have bought XTP back in 2023. And if they hadn't have sold it in April 2023, they're probably regretting that decision. I know I am. So I suppose the question is why hasn't XTP mooned? Or why hasn't it gone up appreciably? I mean, 100% is a lot, but even so, it's not anything like it used to be. Well, part of the problem, like I said earlier, is the fact that at the moment, if you're in the UK and you want to use the card, then you need to top it up from a bank or a credit card, and then your balance in the cash part of the app will be in euros. And then if you go to a shop and buy something like your local Tesco supermarket, you're paying in euros, which then gets converted back to pounds, and that makes absolutely no sense for anybody in the UK. Now, in my last video I did about TAP, which I'll link to in the top corner now, there was a discussion between Arson, the CEO, and another guy. I think he was the CMO of TAP, and they were talking about how it's going. Now, what they said was that there will be support for GBP, the British pound, sometime in the first 2 quarters of 2025. So I'm thinking that by July we should have proper GBP support. Now I think that's going to be a major catalyst for the UK getting on board with this. Okay. Now part of the problem I think as well is if you look at the website looks all right. Then you go to the card terms UK and Gibraltar, okay, and this is from 2021 and this is completely out of date. If you look at the table of the card benefits, which is here somewhere, there you go, it talks about the standard account, the black account and the titanium account. Those were the original accounts back in 2023 or 2022. These have now gone, and a lot of this is completely incorrect. So, for example, the fee to actually have the card is no longer free, and a lot of these figures are wrong as well. Things like load via UK faster payments. Sadly, this is not free either. Load via SEPA, that's not free either, which is a major stumbling block, I think, as well. Now, the thing was, in these days, they weren't offering any cash back at all. So even back then, I couldn't see a reason to actually want to use the card anyway. Because I had a crypto.com card, I still do, and I'll get 3% cash back on everything I spend with that. And it's completely free to load the card, for example, from my Santander bank account. Anyway, the point is these terms and conditions are out of date, and if they see this video, I really think you should actually get rid of this page or change it. So where are the up-to-date terms and conditions? Well, they're inside the app. Now, if you look at it on the app on your phone, it's kind of typed like this, which is really, really tiny, and to actually read it properly on your phone is pretty much hard work. So what I've done, I've taken screenshots of it and I've put it on my site. And I'm going to put a link to this. It's savewith.crypto.org. If you want to find it yourself, just go to blog here and you'll see it. So it's this post here, right? So I've actually got 3 sets of 3 screenshots. There's 9 screenshots in total. There's the ones for the UK, the ones for the EEA and EU, and a separate one for Gibraltar. Okay. So obviously what we're concerned with here are the UK ones. So you can see the fee to actually have the card, which used to be free, is now 13 quid. The activation fee is actually free, but if you want to upgrade the TAP card to a physical card, that is 5 quid. I've actually got a TAP card and mine was free from 2 years ago. Now everything else, the prices vary on the premium tier that you have. Now, what is good is the essential one is actually free. You don't have to stake any XTP at all to get this, and you do get a small amount of cash back. The plus one, you need to stake £300 worth of XTP, and then they go up like that. They're all much larger. For the free one, it costs you £2 just to put money on the card. Even with the plus account, it's £1.50. I really think these should be free. I don't know what fees there are involved for the actual company in loading a card, but it would be so much more attractive to have this free. I don't think anyone uses like chaps or backs or whatever, but if you want to do that, the prices are enormous. And it is weird here how the prices fluctuate between pounds and euros there. So the actual cash back you get is here. Now this table isn't done correctly either as well, because here it says locked XTP, and to get 1.5% you need 300 XTP? I don't think so. That means £300 worth of XTP, and they should make that clear here because that's not correct. So with £300 worth of XTP you get 1.5% cash back. The good thing is you do get 0.5% back with the free card, which is good. If you can stake £25,000 worth of XTP, you will get 8% cash back, which is really very good. And that is actually the same as the highest level card you can get with crypto.com, where you have to stake £300,000 worth of CRO token. So that is a good thing there. The cashback you get is in XTP. It does say here, if available, we recommend loading in the same currency as your debit card or bank account. This will help you avoid foreign exchange fees from your bank. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to load a card from my UK bank account that then gets turned into euros, that then I spend in pounds in a UK supermarket. That's just never going to happen. What I might do is to test it out, I might use a bank account I've got which is based in Belgium. I might use that to load up some money into this TAP account, and then I may use that to pay my French mobile bill, which I still have because it only costs me €2 a month, and I find it useful to have a French phone number. So you get the idea that even though we have the benefit now of being able to lock XTP to get the premium tiers, at the moment I can't see any reason why I would use TAP over, for example, crypto.com. If you want to study these more carefully yourself, please do go and check out this page on my site. Now, just before I go, I've just connected up NordVPN to Miami in the US, just so we can have a look at the site for the US. I do find it a bit odd how, for example, they've got this graphic here and they've got this amount here in euros. I think that would confuse most Americans. They'd wonder what they were getting into. I believe with this, you don't have the option to stake XTP yet. I believe that is only at EU, UK and Gibraltar. So there is that as well. If you look at the supported coins, there are these 7 coins that it supports, and it doesn't support XTP at all. So there's some work to do in the States as well to get them to have some sort of utility for XTP as well. So at the moment it really is just UK, Europe and Gibraltar. But I think this could change sometime this year. Hopefully it will be in July or maybe before, and we'll be able to use TAP properly as it's intended in the UK. Now that is a big deal for me because so far I've used my crypto.com card every single day since I got it in 2020. It gets me 3% cash back paid in their CRO token, and at one point it was getting me 5% cash back, and during COVID it was actually getting me 10% cash back on food, which was amazing. Now my VPN is still connected to Miami, and you can see that crypto.com is alive and well in the States. They don't have access to things like the exchange, but they certainly have the app and all the benefits that the rest of the world can enjoy as well. So there is competition there, and it's going to take quite a lot to make me change my habits from using my crypto.com card to something else. So I'd love to know what you think. Do you think XTP can make it? Do you think TAP Global will become widely used in the UK? Do you think the price of the XTP token will actually increase to at least what it was 2 years ago? I think it's all possible, but they really do need to get that GBP supported correctly on the app and not have everything based in euros. Okay, that's my thoughts anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all. Do like the video, of course. Please do that. If you don't like it, press dislike twice just to make sure I know. But above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet. If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.